about that stuff because there's a lot of cool people coming. Dennis Chambers still looks like it's going to be November. I know a lot of you guys are interested in that one. Dennis Chambers, looks like it might be Dennis Chambers and Dave Brubeck in November, or I'm talking to Steve Gadd as well. So I may have Gadd instead of Brubeck. You guys just have to tell me who you want. Okay, well, both, yeah. Well, that will cost you.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much for that nice reception. I do want to apologize. Can you hear me out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I use my senatorial? I want to thank you very much. I'm so sorry that we were late. I want to apologize to Marvin, Maxwell, and Max. Max is all shook up because he just had a baby. It's not easy for a guy to have a baby. I want to say that we got lost and we ended up in some rural area. And somebody stopped us and asked where this place was, and we took Marvin, this guy over here, paid him $500 a day and he gets lost. But that guy was driving. It didn't work. But the point is, all kidding aside, you know, when you're in a different city like this, he pulled into the hotel, I think there was a seal back or something, I think that's what his name. And, you know, if you don't know where you're going, you fish. You know, this guy here. Set up, take a bow. Don't spoil it. But I do want to apologize because I don't like to be late. We had to do an hour and a half or 2 hours. We had to put the 15 minutes. That's our show. I'd like to say that this clinic, you know, years ago I used to say a clinic is a hospital for sick drummers, you know, foolish. I'm not going to say that anymore. It doesn't go over well. And what it is, really, I'm here to try to share some of the experiences and knowledge that I've accumulated through the years. Now I want you to realize, take it this way, I'm not coming up here trying to find the world's greatest drummer in Louisville. I can only explain some of the things that I do, and I'd like to share that with you. Okay? So don't think that I'm coming up here like holier than thou when I got this and no. It's an experience that we share together. I like to think of it that way, all right? So, you're a little late, and I hope Marvin Maxwell will forgive us. It was not my fault, it's Marvin's fault. Because when I drive, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So we'll play a little bit. And what I'd like to do is go into talk about the technique. We'll do a little playing, I think, to satisfy you. I'm not going to play a 45-minute drum solo and say, I don't know, there's one thing I have against clinics that I've seen several through the years. It seems now that the whole thing is the drummer comes off and plays 45-minute drum solo, totally soaking wet, the drums all over, rusting. Now, I respect these drums too much to rusting. But I don't think that's coming or anything. I'd like to try to share something. Well, we'll play it, buddy. I hope you will. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Can you hear better now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. I have to sort of sweat check it. Well, I don't have to go through this whole rap again, do I? I have it memorized. I've written on my wrist. No. But it's a sharing experience. It's not. I'm not here to tell you how good I play or how bad I play. And some people will like what I do, and some people will hate it. But that's your problem. You know, I'll do the best I can. Okay. And don't ask me if I can play like somebody, because I don't want to hear that. There's always somebody there. Can you play like this? Do I look like that guy? If you want that guy, get that guy. Don't ask me. You know. Anyway, I heard a lady's voice in the audience. I kind of like girls. That's nice. It's normal, I think. All right, we're going to start off. I'll play a little bit for you. I might do a thing where you sort of hum a tune and play along with it. You ever hear that? It's like a sing along with Mitch. Only Mitch is not here. So we might just do like beginning to see the light. The break now. So I think we should get while we're ahead. I'd like to, before we get started, with the microphone. Well, Mike? I'd like to, he's already been acknowledged, but it's a gentleman that I've known for longer than I'd like to. No, I mean, seriously. I wrote a book years ago called Master Studies. Nobody probably has it. Anybody have that book? One of the things, what's that thing? Oh, what's that? Nat Cole and, you know what I mean? Unforgettable the way you are. I could sing, I think. I better stay with the girl. All right, what I'd like to do is give you a little background now. Talk about, it'll take about 45 minutes to do this. But okay, I'll go back. I was born in Springfield, Massachusetts. That was my hometown. And my first drum teacher was a gentleman named Joe Sefcik. And before I started playing drums, I played the violin when I was 5 years old. And I played until I was about, forgive me for the
turning around like this. Got a stiff neck. No, but I played till I was 12 years old. And my claim to fame is I did a thing with the Boston Symphony Orchestra, a little small group at then, and I did the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto, and my encore was Sagana-Weisen, with a gypsy, the monster comes out of the cave and all that. And I had good fortune of meeting Jascha Heifetz, who was, in my opinion, one of the greatest violinists in the world. My teacher knew his accompanist, and she arranged the situation. He was playing a concert in Boston, and I had met him. I got to meet him anyway. When he took my little violin and made it sound magnificent, I knew right there I was in the wrong ballpark. And it broke my father's heart. He said, "You'll never make a nickel playing the drums," and I always looked like drums. And I don't want to go through the whole thing. Anyway, Joe Sapchik was my first drum teacher. And he taught me how to read, which is amazing because when I was younger, the teacher I was studying violin with, when I think about it, wasn't even too astute because she didn't realize that I didn't learn how to read. My mother would play it and I'd memorize the whole thing, and she thought the lessons were great because it was easy to memorize. Although I have difficulty remembering my own name, that's why I wear this bracelet to get me off something, Oh, anyway, so this is what happened. I went with Joe Sapchik for 3 years, and then after that I had the good fortune of studying with George Lawrence Stone, who made the stick control, who wrote the stick control book. Yeah. Thank you, that's great. You better believe that. I like that. I was with him for 3 years, and then after that I met Billy Gladstone, who was a marvelous snare drummer. Technically, I think he is as proficient. I've never heard anyone play the snare drum, in my opinion, any better. But he pulled the whole thing together for me. And through the years, I've met a lot of the teachers around, and we're all friends, and everyone has their own approach. Now, the approach I wanted to share with you is what Billy, it's a conglomerate of what Billy and Larry Stone taught me. Now, are you interested in talking about technique? Because we don't have to do that. Are you interested in this or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do a lot of playing. Don't worry about that. I hope you come down to the Sailbox, is that right? Sailbox Hotel, right? You gonna come down there?
Yeah.
How many are coming down?
Yeah.
There's 4 people, okay. All right. Okay, so we'll start talking about that and talk about the technique. So this is a little background. Let's see what happens now. Oh boy. It's difficult to talk with a microphone because you have to keep moving it, and if I get up, I wander a lot. Can you hear me back there?
Yeah.
You sure, huh? All right. Now, the pad that I'm going to use, I'm using a tripos. The pad that I'm using is a real feel pad. It's a half pad, actually, because I had to make this special because I can use it this way, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to do both. So eventually you're going to see, I'm sure that Marvin Maxwell will be ordering these half pads eventually, and Buck with me, so we saw the thing in half, All right, what I'd like to do is start off with the basic handhold positions. Now, there's a lot of controversy. A lot of these are things that I'm talking about that I'm asked every time I do a clinic. Invariably, people will come up and say, well, how do you hold the sticks? Now, a lot of people won't ask questions like, I hope you're not doing this. Because if I say, any questions? After the clinic, I'll come up and say, how? So don't, please, because I'm going to get back and catch a late show. But please, don't be hesitant to ask questions, all right? Now, the only dumb question is the question that you don't ask, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. If I don't know, I'll just say I don't know. Don't profess anything that I can't back up. So please. And a lot of people are shy. They're afraid to ask a question because somebody's going to go tee hee hee. So what? Who cares? Don't be afraid.
because I don't know it all, and I'm no better than you. I've just been doing this thing longer, a couple of years. 36-year-old. I look like I'm 97, but I'm 36. All right, we talk about the handhold. Everything I do is a natural approach technique. I will do a video on this, and I'm not talking the videos because I don't care if you buy them. They're doing very well. Maybe you should buy. It's natural approach and technique. Okay, if you brought your hands up, so just focus on the elbow here. The way my hand is now, I'm perfectly relaxed. This is where the stick goes, right there. Can you all see that? It just fits naturally right there, okay? Where's Marvin? Marvin?
I'm over here, Joe.
Well, what are you doing over there? You should be here. What's that? Yep. Oops, I'm sorry. No, it's a natural thing. It's just the way your hand, that's the way the stick is held, the finger on top, and the motion of the wrist is a circular motion. It's this, it's a rotation. This is the first part of the circle, and this is the back part of the circle. If we didn't hit the drum, the stick would go so. You see that? Natural way your body was made, all right? The right hand is like a waving motion. However, I wouldn't suggest you do this walking down the street in Greenwich Village. It's a natural waving motion. The stick is held just like you were going to cut a piece of bread or butter or whatever. Like so. Okay? Motion is the same circle as here. Now, for those who play match grip, which is very popular today, especially in rock and roll because they need a heavy backbeat, there's no difference. There have been articles written in magazines that different muscles and doctors and all this foolishness. It doesn't make any sense. Here, look, here. This is match grip. It's just this. Same thing. Here's your match grip. Now, here, where my hand is, now let's just, here. Didn't do anything. All right, now here. All right. Make any sense? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
It's all a matter of just in that same position, holding it here. If I were a left-handed drum, I'd be doing this. That's the handhold. I'd like to share with you now one of Stone's exercises that does a lot for you. Now, whether you're a beginner or an advanced, and it'll help, believe me. It's called a full stroke. Danny Gottlieb is very good at this. He does it at about 210 on a metronome. I think he's a little strange because nobody does it that fast, but he does. He's a student of mine, and he's been with me since he was about 13. I'm very proud of him. You've probably heard of Danny Gottlieb, right?
Yeah.
Very fine drummer. Now, full stroke, the stick starts from this position. You snap the wrist down to the drum and allow the rebound to bring the hand back. So, now what this does, with this here, drum's a little low, Marvin, you're slipping. The match grip would be this, huh? What this exercise will do for you, it'll loosen all the muscles in the forearm and the upper arm. It loosens everything here, okay? Secondly, what it does, it develops a reflex action because the stick is faster than your hand, isn't it? If you let go out of the way, you can prove it by here. You know what I mean? As much as you push that stick down, it'll work for you. When you get tired like me, you do that, it stays there. Little joke. So this is what the full stroke does for it. It's also a power stroke. It develops a reflex action because the stick comes back faster. If I let this go, it would fly up in the air. You don't pull back on the stick. When you pull back, it causes tension in all your arms, all right? Okay? So when you do this, the old thing was like to pull the sound out of the drum. The old books and so they said, what they meant by that, according to Larry Stone and Billy, was that the drum, you get off, if I'm hitting a cymbal, I'm not going to go, it's just like, off. full stroke. So you can take an exercise. I don't know if you have the material. There's some handout things. Yeah. Great. We talked about that. Now that's the full stroke. So you would say metronome setting, and don't be afraid to get a metronome. We hear the old wives' tale: if you have a metronome, you're going to become sterile. You can't become sterile unless you have the operation. Sorry about that, but that's true. I never had the operation. Anyway, no, it'll not make you mechanical at all. You start with a metronome. Say 1, 2, 3. Loose. Don't freeze anything, because when you freeze your arms, you stop the flow of energy, all right? So keep it. I'm not advocating this. It's just leave your... Okay? Full stroke. Now, the half stroke, which is just basically what it says. It starts about 5 inches off the ground. Is this boring you guys? No. You sure? Yeah. There's Marvin said that there's dancing girls coming in shortly. Nice look in the eye. But anyway, here. Here's your half stroke. The same thing applies. It's not this. That's seesaw. Stay away from that. Because that's when you do this, you're doing wasted energy. If I say, if I drop my left hand, just watch what happens here. That's 2 moves. It's down, up, down, up. Follow that? Now, how about this? Up. One move. So it's wasted energy. Clear so far? Now listen, let's get this straight. This is not a drum lesson. It's impossible to do that, because when I teach, which I do a lot of when I'm home, it's on a one-to-one basis. You have to deal with the individual. Some people have small hands, some people have larger hands, and some people do. You have to deal with their physical structure plus the mental. It's a whole different thing. This is just, I'm trying to give you, generalize and give you some things that will help you. The object here is not to confuse you. I'm just giving you basic ideas. No matter how you play, if you work on these things, it will help you.